저는 Eva 그리고 권정애입니다. This is my hometown and I'm a sales director for a big industry company. I think it's a difficult decision to give your child away, especially if you take it home with you for a month and then you think about it and then you give it away. So would you recognize your birth parents? Because maybe I resemble my mother or my father. I was only 2 months old, so I was or 3 months old, so I was really a baby. So I stayed with my birth parents a month, and then they brought me to social welfare, and I stayed with the orphanage for 2 months before I then in August was adopted by my German parents, and I flew from Korea to Germany. They adopted, 3 years later, they adopted my sister. I'm also from Korea, so we both grew up being Korean girls in a German family. We never suffered from bullying at school, so they always made sure that they raised us in an environment where people are very open-minded and friendly. Good education, good schooling. I went to university, so I had all the chances to make a good life for my own, and now But then things changed when I went to Korea on holiday with my sister in 2018 and I arrived at Incheon airport, and even before custom control I arrived there, and it was a different feeling. It was a feeling of having finally found my place. Even though I didn't understand the language, I couldn't read Hangul, everything was different, time zone, everything was different, but still for me it felt very like home. After this holiday we had in 2018, I started to engage more with Korean culture. I started to learn Korean and to try to study the language. I learned a lot about the history, so I started really to think about Korean more as a nation. And then over the time I realized that what I mentioned earlier, that although I didn't really felt alien here in Germany, I also never felt really like belonging to the people here. I always felt like I'm a little bit. In that connection I also thought, okay, I would really like to learn more about my birth parents. Of course I could understand if they wouldn't want to meet me. And they also give the name and the age and where my parents were born. So they were born in Sancheon, Cheonbuk. So yeah, and I was also the 4th child. So they already had 3 children and I was the 4th child, and they didn't have enough money to support another child. So they wanted to give it to adoption. So this is the only information that we have. And based on this information, unfortunately the agency of K-adoption was not able to locate my birth parents. And then I also signed up for a DNA database. So it's Ancestry, it's called, because I checked, and apparently Ancestry has the biggest database. Maybe my parents, it's unlikely that my parents will sign up at Ancestry, but maybe some other relatives. So I did that, but unfortunately also no luck there. I was thinking, so my parents are now quite advanced in their age. They are in their 70s, and maybe I thought, okay, maybe they don't want to meet me. But then I thought maybe my siblings, maybe they are interested in meeting me. Maybe in Korea, I would of course also be happy to travel to Korea to meet them. And many friends, and I'm living a good life. I'm very happy, and they don't need to worry and they don't need to regret about giving me away. But of course, yes, I would be very happy to know where my parents are, if they are also in good health, happy, and yeah, how the life of my siblings had been so far.